Hey guys, We're here, and today we are going to be AEB testing some new vehicles from the previous updates. So we have 15 cars from the 57 cars added, and yeah, we're going to be AEB testing a bunch of them. If you guys want to see a part 2 to this with more cars from the update and some cars from previous updates, let me know down in the comments, because I love doing these videos. But they take some time to like get everything organized and take a bunch of cars. So just let me know if you want to see more videos, and make sure to share it with your friends, because if this video gets like a good amount of views, I'll of course do a part 2. But yeah, we're going to be we're gonna be testing out some cars. First of all, we have this Ford Explorer here. We also have our test subject right down there, and I also decided to change up the location because you guys are getting kind of bored with that weird road, so we're changing it up to the airport area. And let's just hop right in. So right off the bat here, we have the 2016 Falcon Scavenger. And as you guys know, per every single test, we have a series of 3 tests. We used to do 6, but that took way too long, so now we dumped it down to 3. So we have 50 mile per hour, 30 mile per hour, and 60 mile per hour. So let's get right on with it. So let's do the 15. This could be very, very exciting. Yeah, it's kind of boring with 15 miles per hour. 30 is okay. 60 is where it gets interesting. And we don't break it all. It's just to see how well the AEB works at doing its job. So let's see how this Ford Explorer here does. I'm having high hopes for it. Okay, and it did pass 15 miles per hour, so that's a reverse bit, and then we're gonna do 30, and then we'll do the 60 mile per hour one. Okay, so 30, here we go. And it did break in time for 30 miles per hour, so looking so good. So far we're at a 2 out of 3. Now we're gonna reverse quite a bit here and hopefully get up to 60. I'm hoping this thing has a good enough acceleration. We are in the sport trim, so if this thing cannot get 0 to 60 in pretty fast speed, I'm gonna cry. Okay, 60. Okay, this thing's not getting 60. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. We got it this time. We got it. And it did pass 60 miles per hour, so the 2016 Ford Explorer or Falcon Scavenger gets a 3 out of 3, which is pretty good. So 100% for this vehicle. Let's hop on to our next car, guys. Alrighty, guys, so right here, we have the 2017 Tuscani Musica, which is, I forget this car's name in real life, but it's a Hyundai something. Let's see how this car does, though. I'm actually really happy to remodel this car. It looks amazing. And yeah, does pass 50 miles per hour very easily. Now let's quickly go do 30. Okay, let's do 30 real quick. Alrighty, let's see how this does at 30. Does pass 30, no problem. Now let's go do 60. Okay, we're now doing 60. Come on, car, get up to 60 already. And it does pass 60, no problem at all. So this car also gets a 3 out of 3. An interesting thing I've noticed from a lot of these vehicles is usually the cheaper ones or the budget brands actually do better at AEB than some of the luxury brands. Let's quickly make it 10 a.m. though. Here, oh, I need to do it one more time. And right here with the 2020 Leland Vault or the Cadillac Escalade. Let's see how it does though. And it barely passes 50 miles per hour. So that was very close. That's kind of scary to think that the most expensive car so far has done the worst. Okay, let's do 30 real quick. And it does pass 30. Pretty close though. And let's quickly go do 60. Alrighty, we are now doing 60 miles per hour. And it did actually crash into the infinity. So the Cadillac gets only a 2 out of 3. Okay, next up, the 2020 Sir Rodgers Shadow. And this is honestly, this car looks amazing, but it's disappointing because I bought the color thinking this black was gonna be different from normal black. I was fooled, so now I have to run this gray. I'm probably gonna sell this thing, but I thought I could run 2 shades of black with it looking nice, but it does not look nice. Anyways, 15 miles per hour, let's go. Oh crap, I need to do 15. Here we go. Let's see how the car does. Does pass 50 miles per hour. Let's quickly go do and see what 30 looks like. Okay, 30 miles per hour, let's go. 30 miles per hour. Does pass 30. Now let's quickly go do 60. Honestly, this vehicle's fast enough. I don't think we need to yeah, okay, yeah, this vehicle's fast. We do not need to do a whole entire cut or anything. Let's just quickly do a quick U-turn here. Okay, 60 miles per hour. Let's go. And it does pass 60, no problem. So this vehicle gets a 3 out of 3. Guys, right here with the 2020 Avantismo Sulm RS Avant. So let's see how this vehicle does. Does pass 15 miles per hour, no problem at all. So let's go see how 30 does real quick. Alrighty, 30 miles per hour, let's go. Does pass 30, and again, this vehicle is pretty fast, so I'm pretty sure we don't even need to do a cut, because we are in the RS model. This thing's absolutely sick. I love this car. I'm gonna keep this thing for a long time. I actually like the gray on it. It looks interesting. I was gonna go red, but I'm like, okay, I kind of want to like change it up a bit. Okay, let's see how 60 does though. We do pass 60 as well, so this vehicle gets a 3 out of 3. Okay, guys, next up we have the 2021 Falcon Wanderer, or Ford Ranger. I'm sorry, this vehicle's very dirty, but I'm too lazy to go like get it like cleaned, so we're gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, whatever. We're testing AEB, not like how good the car looks. So let's quickly see how this thing responds. Barely passes 15 miles per hour. That is a scary start. Very scary start. Let's quickly see how 30 miles per hour does though. And we crash into the infinity at 30. I'm scared to see what I'm scared to see what 60 is going to look like. And yeah, let's do the 60 mile per hour test. Okay, we are now doing the 60 mile per hour test. I'm scared to see how this thing does. Yep, and this thing also crashed in infinity, so this car only gets a 1 out of 3. Next up, we have the 2021 Mazuku Hofu, or the Mazda 6. So let's see how this thing does. Does pass 15 miles per hour. Let's quickly go see what 30 is gonna look like. I'm absolutely in love with this car. This is like my new like daily in Greenville. I just love the way this thing looks. So 30, let's go. Does pass 30. Now let's quickly go see what 60 looks like. Okay, we are now doing the 60 mile per hour test. Let's see how this vehicle does. Alrighty, so we're driving down. I hope this thing passes. And it does pass 60, so this vehicle does get a 3 out of 3. Okay, next up here we have the 2021 Mazuku Yushu. So another Mazda. Let's see how this thing does. 15 miles per hour, let's go. Does pass 15 miles per hour. Let's quickly go see what 30 is going to look like. I'm also in love with this car. Another one of my dailies in Greenville now. Okay, 30 miles per hour. Let's go. Let's see how this thing does. Oh my. I am so disappointed. I don't have the words. I am so disappointed that they let a Mazda fail the AEB test. Wow, GB devs. You know what, guys? We got to cancel GB. No, I'm joking. This is so disappointing. This is like one of my favorite cars of all time. Why would they let this thing fail? Okay, what's 60 gonna... I'm so sad now. Like, this ruined my entire mood. I was like so happy. I'm like, oh, the Mazdas are gonna pass. No problem at all. Let's see what 60 looks like. Oh my, this thing gets a 1 out of 30. This is so disappointing. Alright, guys, here we have the 2021 Vellfire Air. Let's see how this thing does. This is 2021 or 2020? Oh no, 2021. Okay, let's see how this thing does. Does pass 15 miles per hour, so let's quickly go see what 30 is gonna look like now. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the new Fenza. I like the older one a lot more. Like this thing looks okay. I don't know. It feels like it's trying toward to be luxury. Does pass 30. Now let's quickly go see what 60 looks like. Okay, we are now doing the 60 mile per hour test in the Vellfire Air. Let's see how this thing does. It does pass 60, so this car does get a 3 out of 3. Alrighty, next up we have the 2022 BKM Spartanburg. Is it like Spartanburg? Yeah, okay, yeah, that seems right. Okay, 15 miles per hour. Does pass 15, no problem at all. Let's quickly go see what 30 is gonna look like now. Okay, 30, let's go. Very hard for this car to get 30, I know. Does pass 30, and you know what, let's just reverse it. We can get 60 really fast in this. This thing actually looks pretty sick. I really like this car. Okay, 60, let's go. Okay, this thing don't even get 60, so we're gonna quickly do that one more time. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes, like, I think these cars are gonna accelerate a lot faster, but they really don't. It's like that I always feel like so dumb. I'm like, oh jeez, I couldn't calculate how fast this thing gets like 0 to 60. Okay, let's get 60 though, real quick. And this thing does pass all 3, or I guess 4, but we'll give it a 3 out of 3. And yeah, let's move on to our next car. Alright guys, next up we have the 2022 Century Meridian, or the new Lexus NX. I'm absolutely in love with the styling of this car. Looks amazing, so let's quickly test it and see how it does. Alrighty. It passes 15 miles per hour. There's a plane in the background over there. Look at it go. Let's do 30 real quick. Let's see how 30 does. Alrighty, 30 miles per hour. Let's go. Does barely pass 30. I'm scared to see what 60 looks like now, honestly, because if we barely pass 30 miles per hour, that is horrifying. Okay, so we're gonna quickly just turn around. Okay, we can get 60, right? Yeah, okay. It does pass all 3, so this card will get a 3 out of 3. Guys, next up, the 2022 Elgrand Immense. I don't think we've ever tested out a Infinity in this like testing thing, and a Infinity right over there is our test card, so let's see how this thing does. I'm hoping this thing does well, because this car is expensive, so. Okay, does pass 50 miles per hour. Let's quickly go see how 30 does. Yeah, a lot of people like to hit on this. I'm actually quite a fan of it. I just like it. Yeah, 30. Does pass 30, so we're going to quickly go see how 60 does. Yes, we are now doing 60, and this thing actually picks up speed pretty fast, surprisingly. But here, let's see how it does. And it does unfortunately fail the 60 mile per hour test, so this car will only get a 2 out of 3, guys. Here we have the 2022 Sumo Rockies, but I was honestly hoping that Infinity was going to do better, but I guess not. I don't think we've ever had a Super get less than 3 out of 3, so let's see how this thing does. Okay, it does pass 15 miles per hour, no problem at all. So it's looking good so far. This is gonna be so disappointing. This is like the first Super that gets like less than a 3 out of 3. This will be so disappointing. Okay, let's see how this thing does on 30. Okay, it does pass 30. Let's quickly go see how this thing does on 60. Okay, we're now doing the 60 mile per hour test. I swear, this thing better not fail. Better not fail. And it does pass 60. Another Super with a 3 out of 3. Not really surprising. And Super's like the best at AEBs. So congrats to them, I guess. No, but like even like some of like the really old Supers have really good AEB in this game. Like I don't think I've ever had AEB fail in one of these videos on any Super model that has it. So anyways, here are the 2022 Train Preserver 110 or like 110. Let's see how it does. 50 miles per hour. Let's go. Okay, it does okay on 30 miles per hour. Let's quickly go see how 30 is gonna look for us. So okay, 30 now. Okay, 30. Let's go. Does pass 30. Now let's quickly just pull a quick U-turn. And can I like just take the time to admire how good this thing looks? I'm so happy this thing's in the game now. And it's just the way it looks. It looks great. I really like it. I actually really like the color I chose too. This card, I don't know, something about being like Forza and like this and everything just looking good. It did fail the 60 mile per hour test, so this car only gets a 2 out of 3, guys. Okay, guys, here we have the 2022 Tuscani Rio Grande. Or I believe this is like the new Santa Fe, or like Santa Fe, so let's see how this thing does. And yeah, okay. 15 miles per hour. Does pass 15 miles per hour. Let's quickly go see what 30 is going to look like. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about the design of this car. The rear end is really nice. I don't know how I feel about the front end, though. It's grown on me a lot, actually. I hated this thing at first. Okay, does pass 30. Let's go see how 60 is going to do. Okay, we're now doing the 60 mile per hour test. Let's see how this car does. And it does pass 60, so this car will get a 3 out of 3, guys. Alrighty, so our final car list is the 2023 DEJA-VU Comet. And also, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. A lot of like the really like supercars don't have AEB. Like the Ferrari does not have AEB. So if you guys like want to do a part 2, suggest cars that actually have AEB. But like honestly, it's fine if like you get like mixed up or something. But yeah, if you guys want to see a part 2, give me some cars down below, and let's try to do cars from previous updates in this update as well. But anyways, let's see how this car does. Okay, 15 miles per hour. I have high hopes as it is our last car and also the newest car. Okay, does pass 15. Holy, this thing's fast in reverse. Okay, it's at 30 now. So it is on 30. Does pass 30. Okay, I'm scared to see what this thing's gonna do on 60. I don't know why I'm scared. I just feel like something's gonna go wrong. Like something always has to go wrong on the last car. Okay, let's see how this thing does though. 60 it is. Let's go. Okay, 60. Come on, be like the last final good car. Of course, it had to fail and it had to crash. So this car only gets a 2 out of 3, guys. Well, this video didn't really go as expected. A lot of the cars I thought were gonna do well didn't do as well, and a lot of cars I didn't think were gonna do so well actually did do kind of well. So yeah, again, let me know what you want to see down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks to my good old friend Marley here for being our test subject in their Infinity. And yeah, with their horrible pun of a license plate, like But yeah, let me know what videos you want to see next down below. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 of this, and let me know what collaborations you want to see with me, with other YouTubers, stuff like that. Yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you all next time. Bye, everyone.